Capricorn, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for June 3rd to June the 9th, and I have a bit of a cold. I've got a sore throat, so hopefully that won't affect anything. I'll try not to sneeze or anything like that. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if you'd like to. I don't mind. Only do what you'd like to do, I don't mind. And I'm going to start your reading right now for Capricorn. So, the first card you have for your past is the Hermit. Yeah, I'm seeing a situation that you're actually might have been recovering from. I think there was some big difficult thing you went through, and then you had this kind of recovery process, I should say, and you're kind of by yourself, kind of just processing everything, trying to learn from it, thinking about that. I'm getting this feeling of relief around this, but also a bit of tiredness, and then, you know, processing everything, a bit tired. You know, you went through this thing and it really made you very, very tired. I think this might have been a work situation. You definitely got through this. You came out the other side of this. You still had a lot to kind of process and think about around it. It was a big thing. And I think at this time you thought you're over everything, and then it was sort of just like, you know, kind of more tiredness came on you. It was a little bit like an aftershock, you know, you kind of found yourself feeling tired again. And, you know, I think it was just your body and your mind processing everything all over again. I don't know if you're accused of something, but I think someone was quite upset in this process. I think you do have a little bit more to go through with this, actually. I hate to tell you this, but I think there's more to come out of this situation for you in the future. You know, it was definitely resolved to a certain point, but I think there was someone else. Yes, someone else was hurt around this. They saw this in a completely different way to you. I think there was a situation, a work situation, you thought it was purely practical. There was a problem, it wasn't personal, you just had to fix the problem and you fixed it. And I think someone else has taken this very differently to you. They've taken it quite personally, and I don't think they're going to let this go. Maybe that's where that's going to continue on, I don't know. I don't think they're going to confront you. It was definitely a really big thing for them in their eyes, and I don't think you definitely didn't mean to do any of this. This is just really how they were perceiving it, very differently from you. I think they thought that you sort of showed them up, I should say, or it felt a little bit like they were a little bit foolish, or they were made to look foolish, and that you looked kind of wiser and smarter, whatever, and they didn't. And you didn't mean any of this, you really didn't. They really saw this whole situation as a very personal one, that you did something personally to them. But you didn't do that. This was just a practical thing you had to solve. So there's a big difference between the two of you. You're very work-oriented, you're very kind of, right, solve the problem, and they're like, oh, relationship, and how does this person see me, and oh, is it personal, or do they not like me? So you have a very different view from this person. So that's what I'm seeing in that card. I hope that makes sense to you. So the next card you have your past is the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so yeah, again, this card can be about a few things. It can be about working as a team. It can be about asking for help as well. It can be about a few different things. So yeah, this is about this work thing, and I think this person felt that you were trying to make them look bad, or that there was something personal in this. I think a lot of eyes were on this problem, whatever this was, and there was a little bit of embarrassment for this person. I think they were feeling a little bit silly or stupid or foolish, and they felt as if this was all happening in front of other people. Again, I'm still not seeing them confronting you. I'm not seeing them saying anything to you. There is a lot of resentment around them still, I think. And again, I'm seeing eyes on this. So I don't know if this happened in public, or if it was online, or in full view of a lot of people, maybe on social media, I don't know. But this was how they felt. They felt that they were kind of made to look foolish in public in front of a lot of people. Now, their feelings might not be justified. You might be thinking, well, I didn't do that, but this is how they felt. Doesn't mean you've done this. This is how they were feeling. So the last card you have your past is the Three of Wands. Okay, this is what I'm seeing in this. I've seen this in your readings before. This is a completely different person. This is about someone who really messed things up for you, actually. They might have even really hurt you, actually. I think this is a past love connection. Now, I think when they were with you, this person, and I hate bringing up these old situations, but I'm bringing it up because I think this person might be around you in your energy, or they might be coming back or something. But this is what, because I need to balance this out with what happened. So I think when you're with this person, there's some kind of third party thing, but it's not like a straight up third party. I think it's kind of like they had their eye out for new opportunities all the time. They were with you, they were concentrating on other people, and you didn't realize that obviously at the time until later on. And you know, they were concentrating on these people, but you were thinking, well, things are really kind of stagnant, they're not moving, and I don't know why that is. And this person's kind of suddenly not that interested, things aren't really going anywhere. That was kind of the feeling. And because I'm just looking at the moss on this rock, I don't know if you can see it, I'll move it up so you can see. Okay, so there's a moss, see that, all that green moss under that man on this rock. And so, you know, if moss grows on something, obviously it's been sitting there for a long time for moss to grow on it. So, you know, so this relationship was kind of, as far as you were concerned, it felt like it was kind of sitting there, stagnant. You know, moss needs water to grow, so there was some love and affection between you, but it was kind of mostly stagnant. It was kind of sitting there, really frustrating. I'm really feeling all of this frustration around this slow moving thing that you felt wasn't getting anywhere. So that's what happened between you in the past. Now, you know, in the distant past when you're with them. But now at this time, I think they were actually thinking about you. But the thing is, you know them, they're probably thinking about other people as well. This is the thing, because they're always looking for other opportunities, you know, and I think after a while you realized that's what they were doing. They're just looking for all these opportunities. And I think it really wrecked your confidence for a while, you know, when you found out that's what they were doing. Of course it did, it would for anyone. And you might have even thought, well, maybe there's something wrong with me, because their eyes are looking at all these other people and they're thinking about other people. If you ever think that that's not the case, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, absolutely not. They always have their eye out for whatever else is out there. It doesn't matter what the situation is, you know, it doesn't matter who they're with. They could be with, you know, a Nobel Peace Prize winning, Olympic medal winning model, could be the most fantastic person in the world, and they'd still be looking at what else is out there. Doesn't matter, it's not you. It's absolutely them, it's their mindset, this is what they're like. They also, I know this is going to sound strange, but it's like they collect people in their mind. I'll try and explain what I mean by that. So they have you on their mind at this time, they probably still do now. They also have, as a kind of a potential person that could come back to them, or they could come back to. And then they have other people on their mind as well as potential people as well. So they're collecting all these past people, plus present people, any other people, got them all in their mind. And it's like, oh, here's a potential here, here's a potential there. I could reach out to them in the future. So that's how their mind works. And what they do is they throw people these little messages to kind of see if they're going to bite. That's what I'm seeing. You know, because look at these ones. Just imagine them throwing a stick. Imagine if one of these ones was a stick. So they're throwing a stick out and they're expecting a dog to just go and bring it back to them. So that's what they're like. So if I were you, if they send you a little message, leave the stick there and let it grow a bit of moss on it as well. Just leave it there forever. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, the first card you have for your present is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, here they are again. They're still hanging on to you. They're still hanging on to other people. They're hanging on to everyone. They must have 500 hands because they're hanging on to 500 different people, well, lots of people anyway. Anyway, I think this experience with this person and also other experiences, I'm trying to say the word experiences, that you've had with other people in love. You've had some really bad people. You know, I think they've really made you want to focus totally on your work. I mean, you're very work focused anyway, you always are. But, you know, if you look at this man, he has his back to the town. You know, he has his back to a lot of people, and he's holding on to these coins. He's hugging them, almost as if, you know, he's in love with the coins. It's like he loves his money and his work. That's become his love rather than actual love. And, you know, I think with this card, there's kind of a danger with you. Well, not a danger, but I think you fall in love, and then it doesn't work or whatever, and then you're hurt, of course, and then you might be thinking something like, well, I'm going to get out of love totally. I don't care about that. My work won't hurt me. It's always there. It's always stable. I'm good at it. I'm successful. And you are good at it. But if you are single and you are in this mode of either being totally in love or totally away from love, see if you can try to get some balance between the two, because I see this happening all the time in your readings. You know, so if you meet someone and you like them and you see potential there, try to go into things slowly. Even if you have really strong feelings for them, it doesn't matter. Just try and sit back, see how things go. Because I keep on seeing you either being 100% in or 100% out. And of course, if you're in a committed relationship and you know them 100%, you know exactly what they're like, you've been with them for a long time, of course that's a great thing. But when you don't quite know them, or you know you're not 100% sure yet, leave it. Just leave it. Leave it for a long time until you're ready. You might even have to tell the person, it's going to take me for a long time to feel ready with someone, to feel comfortable, to be with someone properly. So I'm just going to take things slowly and take my time. And you know, that's how things have to be. Because I keep on seeing this pattern of full on work or full on love and nothing, no balance kind of between the two. So you have to try and get that balance. That's if you're single and you're looking at kind of going into future relationships. So I hope that made sense to you. So the next card you have your present is the 8 of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing something totally different again. Yeah, I think this is going to come up for you soon. I'm seeing someone who is going to be sending you a lot of messages. I think this is probably going to be on social media. I'm actually seeing someone who's a little bit nervous to talk to you, but they really want to talk to you. And I think this might be some kind of a work-related thing. I think I'm getting that feeling. It's kind of a blending of friend and work. I know that sounds really strange. I'm trying to kind of articulate what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing is they want to talk to you. They want to do something with you. They actually admire you and they admire your work. And they come forward, they kind of add you, or they start following you, or some kind of social media thing. And then what happens is, sorry about that noise. And then what happens is they get really nervous and they start to unfollow you, or they back away. And then they come forwards again and they follow again or something. So you might be noticing, if you're noticing on social media, someone who's following, unfollowing, or adding, and then, you know, unadding you, disadding you, I don't know what the word is, not adding you, I don't know, you know, kind of go following and not following, whatever. If you notice that, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So someone really admires you. They want to come forward. And I think they will eventually. I think they will eventually come and ask you, would you like to do this work thing with me? Would you like to join in some sort of a partnership? It's something like that, because I really admire your work. I really like you. And I'd really like this to happen. And I think when this happens, they're going to be quite nervous. And I think that might actually put you off a bit. Not that you're put off by nervous people, but I think they might come across as someone who's a little bit not very reliable. And, you know, I can see why you might think that. I mean, if they add you and kind of stop and then they come back and forward and all of that, that does look unreliable to me. It definitely does. So, you know, I don't know what you're going to do about this, but I do think this person really does want to have some sort of partnership with you. It might be that you say no this time and then they go away and they gain some confidence and they come back again and say, look, I'm really sorry I approached you like this before. I was really nervous. I'm a lot stronger now. I've got this and that. Can we please talk about this? So that might happen a bit later on. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I hope that made sense. That's even more confusing than the other one, but I'm trying my best. I really am. The last card you have for your present is the King of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like you. You're really well established, you're good at your work, you know what you're doing and all of that. And maybe this is why this person's so nervous, because this is how they see you. Someone who's, you know, experienced and you know what you're doing, and you are, but you're not scary. But, you know, they're just nervous. I think that's what it is. They don't have a lot of confidence. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is this person in the Hermit card, this person who you had this kind of difficult situation with in the workplace. I don't know if they're a Taurus. I don't normally say signs when I see them because I see a lot of signs quite often and it can be confusing. I may as well say every sign and then it doesn't mean anything. But I am seeing a Taurus in this. I don't know, because if you look at this king, his foot's on a bull's head. So maybe this person felt that you were kind of trying to get the upper hand on them, get on top of them, and they felt a little bit humiliated, or more than a little bit actually, and they saw you as kind of the culprit of that. Now again, I'm not saying that you were. This is just all how they were feeling. And I think they probably still feel a little bit like that now, that you wanted to kind of defeat them and all of that. And you didn't want to defeat them. You wanted to defeat the problem. You wanted to fix the problem, and you did. But it really put this person out. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I am seeing that they are going to, yeah, this is what I'm seeing. I think they're going to start to talk about you. They might start to even gossip about you. I'm seeing some rumors starting. I don't think there's anything very bad or serious, and I don't think anyone's really going to take this very seriously. But this might be what they start to do. And it is coming from a place of hurt. It's not coming from a place of reality. So none of this is going to be true. It's going to be quite obvious when they say this to people. They're going to say, well, I don't really think that sounds true. But, you know, it's coming from a place of hurt. I'm not making excuses for them. This is just how they're feeling. That's what I'm seeing there. So the first card you have for your future is the Seven of Cups. So yeah, this is a really tricky card. No one knows where they are. So that makes me think again of this person in the Three of Wands, this ex or whoever who has everyone kind of, you know, as an option. So again, please don't give in. Don't answer this person. They want to throw you a little stick. And they might have already tried to do this a few times. I think I just keep on seeing these little messages, and the messages don't actually say anything of substance. They're kind of like hey, or a heart, or something meaningless, nothing, you know, no substance, no words, no actual sentences, nothing that they actually want to tell you. So you know, what they're doing is they're playing a numbers game. So if they contact enough people, eventually one's going to reply, and then they have a result. They don't think of these people as people. They don't think of you as a person. Well, they kind of do, but it's like, let's play the numbers game, and let's see who's going to reply. So it's like that. And the problem is, you know, it's really irritating and really annoying. I've got people like that in my life. They still come back with these little love hearts, and you're like, okay, fine. You know, the sad thing is with these people, if they're like that all the time, they never truly, fully get to know anyone and fully love someone properly. You know, I'm saying that because I'm looking at this man in this card, and he's kind of, you know, he's a silhouette. It's like he's one-dimensional. He's like a cardboard cutout, and he's tempted by all these different options, but he never fully gets to know them properly. He's always kind of at a distance from them all. And so, you know, that's really sad actually, and they don't get to know him either, so no one knows really who this person really is truly. I don't know if they're going to grow out of this or not, but you know, it's not your job to sort that out. It's their job to sort that out. But the big thing I have to say in all of this situation is you're not an option. You are not an option. Just remember that next time you get one of these little messages, or if you do ever get tempted by them, you're not an option. Okay, so just remember that. So the next card you have for your future is the Eight of Cups. Yeah. Look at the moon in this card. This is what I think of them. This is what I think of this person who gives you these little messages. Look at the side eye in this moon. Have a look at how he's looking. That's how I'm looking right now, like that. That's what I think of them. And we all know the Eight of Cups is about walking away, so this is telling you to walk away. You know that. And there's moss on this card as well. So I'm also seeing in this card, I'm seeing some kind of traveling, but not far away. I think you might be going to meet up with someone who maybe you weren't sure whether you'd meet up with them again, or even if you'd ever see them again. I don't know if you had a falling out. I don't think you did. But I think there were a few problems there, and there were some things that were unspoken between you as well. And I don't think this is a love connection. This is something else, or someone else, I should say. But yeah, this is going to be a really kind of a light, casual meeting. I don't think you're going to address any of these problems, but that's fine, actually. That's good, because I'm seeing a very casual meeting, a little bit of travel for you to get there. I don't think it's going to resolve anything, but, you know, it's a start. It's like things are going to start to open up between you again in a really kind of natural way. I'm actually getting a really positive feeling around this. So the last card you have, your future, is the Empress. So again, I'm seeing the same thing, this kind of very relaxed, casual meeting. I think this is here to tell you not to push this, just to let things happen naturally. Just be there to kind of listen and just care, a bit like a mother figure would listen to a child with their problems. So just sit there very gently listening. And so that's what you're going to have to do. And also, I think, you know, just sit back, let it happen naturally, because I'm looking at this Empress and she's very comfortable. She's just sitting there. So I think that's how this meeting is going to happen, and just let it unravel naturally. And then you'll gradually probably start to get back into a better, more stable situation with this person again. But if it takes time, just let it take time. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So Capricorn, I hope this resonated, but general readings, as you know, can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. And thank you so much for watching.